All right. So thank you so much for joining me today, Kevin. Really looking forward to this. So let's just get right into it. So obviously, we're here to talk about soccer, and you're a very passionate soccer fan, and I'm a really passionate soccer fan as well. But there's not many of us in Canada, despite the fact that it's the most popular sport in the country, playing wise. Why do you think that Canadians really don't typically watch a lot of soccer or know a lot about soccer, despite the fact that it is the most popular sport in terms of youth participation?
I think that's starting to change. I mean, like you said, with the youth participation, but I think part of it is just the way you grow up, right? Like, I grew up an Oilers fan. Here in Edmonton, it was easy to see it. But when it comes to soccer, for the longest time, it was really difficult to get any kind of access. When I was a kid, it was Soccer Saturday with Graham Leggett on TSN. That's how I was really able to get a lot of introduction into like Serie A and English Premier League. But nowadays, it's starting to change, whether it's MLS, the Canadian Premier League. And then obviously we have so much ability to watch like European leagues, South American leagues. So that is starting to change, but it's just when you don't grow up with it, when you don't have someone to kind of give you a team to cheer for, a reason to cheer for, that becomes difficult. And let's also face it, the Canadian national team for the longest time was very much a difficult team to really get behind. And, it was very much a struggle. Only qualified for the World Cup once in 1986. But things are changing now thanks to guys like Alphonso Davies. And, of course, the women's program as well. That's been a huge change since 2001, that U19 tournament in Edmonton. That really changed the projection of that program.
Yeah, I know that that team has been one of my favorite teams for a while. And I mean, hockey was always my favorite sport growing up, but that's always been like Christine Sinclair has always been one of my, along with Haley Wickenheiser, kind of those types of players have always been one of my like sporting icons. Cause I think what she's done is incredible, and how she's grown soccer in Canada, especially for young girls, is absolutely unbelievable. Like Haley Wickenheiser obviously did a lot too, but hockey was already popular. Whereas Christine Sinclair, I think she had to do a lot more to kind of get soccer popular. But
and I also think too, like with Christine Sinclair, this is going to sound weird saying it, but I really do think in some ways she's underrated, in the sense of, I don't think people of Canada truly realize the impact she's had on the sport. I mean, she is the leading scorer of all time in women's soccer. And that's incredible.
And men's too.
Right? It's fantastic.
No, I agree. Like, I mean, obviously Marta is also incredible in her own right.
Yeah.
And Brazilians will always defend Marta till the cows come home. And she is an incredible player. And maybe she is better. You also have like Abby Wambach, but yeah, I think in terms of also in the international scene, she doesn't get a lot of love, I think, because she is Canadian. We never see people outside of Canada really talk about her. And I think it is kind of a shame, because she's such an incredible player.
Hello, I'm Sean McNall, owner of TG Marketing. We are a promotional product company located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Originally founded by Tom G. McNall in 1985, we are now in our 35th year of business. My brother Ryan and I, along with our great staff, have carried the torch since Tom retired in 2011. For those of you who don't know what we do, we sell items with a company's logo on it, like clothing, pens, phone chargers, Bluetooth speakers. The list of products available is endless. Our products are a great form of advertising. Whether you want to give a gift to a valued client or show your appreciation to your staff, we have a friendly team that can help find the right product for your needs. The key to our success has been our customer service and our vast knowledge of products in our industry. We ask the right questions to get you in line with the proper product for the project you are working on. Stop by 1046 Winnipeg Street and view our showroom. Get some ideas for that next promotion you're working on. Let's make your business what everyone's talking about.
We're seeing a lot of Canadian players play over in Europe, like the men's and the women's now. Like Jonathan David, Alphonso Davies, and then a lot of the women are playing in Europe and doing really well, like Ashley Lawrence, Kadisha Buchanan, Jessie Fleming, what have you. Do you think that's an indictment on Canada soccer, that they're unable to keep their own players in Canada and develop them? Or do you think that it's a good thing that they're playing against the world's best talent overseas?
If we had an established league like the Premier League, or La Liga, it's a different story. But we don't. MLS has only been around since 1994-95. That's been primarily an American league for the longest time. We only have the 3 Canadian teams. Canadian Premier League's only a year into it. So no, it is a fantastic thing that Canadian players are being recognized for their talent and going overseas. The fact that Alphonso Davies was signed by Bayern Munich, and not only was he signed just to ride the bench or whatever, like he's making an impact and he has won so many trophies. That just goes to show you that Canada has arrived on the international stage, and we no longer have to think back to just 1986 for the last time that the Canadian men's team qualified for the World Cup. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. Fingers crossed it's going to happen here in 2022. And for the women, I mean, quite frankly, at least Europe is putting in an effort for women's leagues. So wherever they can play and get that experience, go ahead and do it.
And to end it off here, obviously their whole career has been Ronaldo versus Messi, right? Who's better? Now I know you have your views. I have my views. I'm Team Ronaldo personally myself. Why do you think Ronaldo is better than Messi?
They are such different players, and it's such an unfair comparison to make. It's a fun comparison. It's a fun debate to make. I always say Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have been able to watch both of them play live over the years. I've seen Messi play in a Champions League game against my favorite club, Team Sporting. And with Ronaldo, I've seen him play in a couple of exhibition games against Brazil and Northern Ireland. And it's spectacular to watch them play. It's so much fun. You can see just how they're light years ahead of anyone else. Messi is incredible, especially for a player of his size. He's just, it's magical watching him play. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's a difference maker, and he can his free kicks are stunning. And just his ability to just jump up, soar to literal heights with those headers and that incredible bicycle kick a few years ago in the Champions League. Those are unforgettable moments. At the end of the day, though, Cristiano Ronaldo has won 2 trophies with his national team. He's won a number of Champions League titles, a number of domestic titles. If you're going strictly by the resume and the trophies on his mantle, you got to give the nod to Cristiano Ronaldo. But at the end of the day, we are just so lucky to have 2 incredible players like Messi and Ronaldo, and to be able to watch them progress over the years. It's pretty fantastic. It's Crosby and Ovechkin.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Crosby and Ovechkin, right? Right. Well, this has been a lot of fun. It's really fun talking to you about all this stuff. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, I appreciate the opportunity. And like I said, I challenge Darren and Roddy to pick a team and get solidly behind them for Euro, because it's going to be a fun tournament. It gives them something to do in June, because there's going to be no CFL.
No.
So it gives them something to really watch and get behind.
Well, Darren's actually becoming a soccer fan now.
Oh, that makes my heart happy.
Unfortunately, though, he's decided that he likes Manchester City.
All right.
Rod's getting into it too, but Darren's becoming a soccer fan now.
Well, to be fair, Manchester City does share the same colors as the Tennessee Titans, so I can see why Darren wanted to go down that route.
Oh, there you go.
But,
there you go.
So awesome. This has been a pleasure. Thanks for doing this.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Now, we are airing in Boston, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C.
How about that?
Washington, Oregon, Idaho, California, Arizona, Colorado, Oklahoma, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Vermont, Maine. I've been everywhere, man.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It is, and we're coming in hot for a Hump Day episode. It is Wednesday, June the 2nd, in case you didn't know. Episode number 497 of Canada's Daytime Sports Talk Show is taking flight. I just realized that the jersey that I hung on the front of my desk was not meant to be there for the show. I hung it there when I got here.
Oh, I thought it was on purpose.
That's a Seattle Kraken jersey that's hanging off the front of the desk, and there's a story behind that. But good day, everybody. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon if you're out in the East. Good morning to the rest of you like us that are here in the West. It's a big day, and it's going to be a fun day. I'm Rod. He is Moose. You don't want to change your name to Elk? You're going to stay with Moose?
It's Moose, and not Mooses either.
Hey, the boys are on the bit.
There's no S at the end of
Moose.
It's
not
Meese? No. Or, yeah.
On the program today, some of our great friends more of our great friends, some whom reside in Alberta. Rich Sutter, pro scout of the Columbus Blue Jackets, 13-year NHL veteran, will be joining us from beautiful Lethbridge. Dave Campbell, the color voice of the Edmonton Elks, will be joining us as well. That's coming up in hour 2. So that's cool. And I feel like let's just jump in. Well, before we jump into the quick six, I know there's millions of people watching on Game Plus television right now, of course, right? But there's also a lot of people watching on Facebook and YouTube. And what those people get prior to us going to the air at 10 a.m. Mountain, noon Eastern, is a pre-show. It's like going to the movies. There's things that roll. There's ads. There's interviews. So our intern, Rachel, has an interview that's running. Who did she have? Scott Russell and Kevin Jesus?
Yes.
From Global Edmonton.
Global.
So guys are logging in at 5 minutes to 10 going, thought this was the Rod Pedersen Show. Where's Rod? Boys, stand down. Check your watch. It wasn't 10 yet. You know what I mean? So we're giving opportunities to our interns to get on the air. That's what we're doing here. Rachel's in Toronto. She's, I guess, not a graduate of Centennial College, but soon she will be.
Soon.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing in the pre-show. It was all Darren's idea, and I like it.
It's great.
So that's what we're doing prior to going to national television when we do it noon Eastern. So here we go, please, can we, with the Quick Six Show topics. Director Jordan, thank you for that. Number one, there was one Stanley Cup playoff game last night. The Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Carolina Hurricanes 2-1 in what wasn't a bad game. There was, I don't know if you saw any of it or not, Darren. Did you see when Killorn scored and skated up against the glass to those two Hurricane kids, and the kid had the camera out?
Oh.
I thought the one kid was giving him the double guns, but he wasn't. I thought he was going to. It was a fun game. It was a bit of an eye-glazing game. But afterwards, Rod Brindamore, whom we love, Notre Dame Hound alum, Centennial Cup champion, saying he's getting a little testy after these games. I mean, most coaches are after losses anyways, but he said, I don't think we're outmatched. I don't know what you guys are watching, but we're not outmatched. And you see where he's coming from. They've lost 2 games in a row by the score of 2-1, so that's 4-2 in the series. I haven't gone and looked at the shots. I don't need to. I'm sure they're fairly even.
Last night, Carolina outshot Tampa by more than 2-1, I believe. Mm-hmm. So Carolina's played really well.
And that's what Brindy's saying, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so he's got to have his players believing that they're not outmatched. But I got some Hurricane friends, fan friends, guys that have played in the system that still cheer for the Canes. They're like, this series is over. And they're Carolina fans. So I guess maybe it is over. I don't know. They're going to Tampa down 0-2. For Rod Brindamore's sake, I hope they're not outmatched, but the score is what the score is. You know, the Oilers can say, we weren't outmatched by the Jets. You were swept, guys. Something's got to change, right? So that's my take on point one. Can you go to the 2-shot for a second, please? But the reason I got the Seattle Kraken jersey here is at the Four Seasons Sports Palace, which used to sponsor the warm-up here. Now it's brought to you by Ecole Electric, your complete electric distributor with locations in Regina, Estevan, Swift Current, Yorkton, and Moose Jaw. Ecole Electric, let's get to work after our coffee break. I said to Georgie at the Four Seasons, listen, come cheer for Vegas. We got room on the bandwagon. They're not going to break your heart. And he's like, no, ship sailed on that. I'm going to cheer for the Seattle Kraken. So I'm thinking a lot of Leaf fans are just going to jump ship to the Kraken. It's a nice uni.
No, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
But that's the prize for for the winner of our Stanley Cup playoff draft here that was put together by Nelson Vo, our content creator. So Georgie, unless he wins the draft, he's not getting that jersey. But it's nice. Nice gear.
Really nice.
That's why I brought that in here
I
today.
wondered about the captain in 32 and why there was, I'm like, did they name the captain already? But no, it's 32nd
32nd team. Yeah. That is not a bad looking jersey there.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. So point 2, Montreal, Winnipeg. I was going to call up the preview of it from the Canadian press, and I did not. But do we really need to? Game 1 tonight in Winnipeg with the 550 fully vaccinated health workers there. Man, this has got to be a blur for Montreal. It feels like they just got off the ice with Game 7 against Toronto, and now they're in Winnipeg. And I don't know how we feeling about tonight's game. I don't know how anybody could say, I see the people are writing in from Winnipeg saying, Jets in a sweep, Jets this, Jets that. You can't win 4 in a row you can't win 4 at all without winning the first one. And I think the rest for the Jets is a good thing. I'm gonna go Jets tonight to win. I'm thinking Jets will win the series probably in 6. It's the first that I've thought about it. Jets in 6. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think Jets in 7. I think it'll go long, but I think tonight's the Jets. I think it's going to be similar to Colorado and Vegas in Game 1. You come off a tough, really hard-fought 7-game series where you were a significant underdog in that series. Montreal was, but you played great. You had good goaltending. You fought. You really came together, and now you can kind of breathe a little bit because you're not up against the wall anymore. And when you breathe, sometimes you can get steamrolled a little bit the next night. Not saying that they will tonight. I don't know that they will, but I just see Winnipeg winning tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, what are your predictions for Game 1 tonight? You want to let us know? Would you mind? Fire them in the comments section here. Prairie Mobile text lines open too, 306-840-8777. A lot of comments coming in on all of our topics, and we're going to get to them. We're going to get to all of what you're asking about. But point 3, how about this? Vegas, Colorado tonight. It's an 8 p.m. face-off, Mountain, 10 Eastern. That's a late one. So I wasn't going to be the dork and wear Golden Knight stuff in today, but guess what? The little text strings going around from us Golden Knights fans, and they're like, Roddy, get on your Golden Knights gear. Let's go. Game day. I'm like, yes, sir.
That's
all right. I got it. And then I put the hat on the desk, too. Why not? It's game day. They need the support. I was going through the drive-thru to pick up coffee yesterday from Robin's Donuts, and there was a gentleman sitting on a picnic bench out front with a Golden Knights hat on. Here in the sweatpants capital. Yeah.
Wow.
Rolled my window down and gave him the nice hat, dude. And he's like, thank you. There's a lot of Golden Knights fans around here.
You're influencing the community.
I know about that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you do see a lot of Golden Knights gear on the streets of this town.
Oh, yeah. No, it's coming up, and it's what happens, right? You call it the Bermuda Triangle, but we're kind of open for business, right? And it's kind of like there's an opportunity for a team from out of market to come in and capture this fan base, and Vegas is kind of doing that a little bit. Not that they've put marketing efforts into Regina or the province of Saskatchewan, but it's working.
I think their marketing efforts here was giving me a couple free hats.
Yeah.
It worked. 8 p.m. tonight, Colorado, Vegas, and my we got to talk about Marc-Andre Fleury. Pardon me. ESPN is talking about this series, by the way. They had Peter DeBoer on SportsCenter last night. That's what the new TV deal with ESPN means, that the what do they call it? The worldwide leader is talking about the NHL. And they asked Peter DeBoer who's going to start in Game 2 for Vegas, and he goes, well, I'm not naming him, but you can probably guess. And then they interviewed the Flower. Marc-Andre Fleury said he felt terrible for Robin Lehner that he got thrown to the Wolves in Game 1. And it almost felt like Vegas thought there was no way they were going to win Game 1.
It did.
To a man.
But maybe you think or you sit there and think, maybe Lehner, if he's rested, which he was, ready to go, he can, play, give us some magic because he's going to have to stop 40 shots tonight if we want to have a chance to win in Game 1. I think you knew that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out those chances were all really, really good chances, and it's hard for any goaltender to stop them.
My brother asked for the prediction for Game 1, and I said, this is a throwaway game, unfortunately. Colorado's going to win. And he didn't even write me back because he's thinking it's the playoffs. There are no throwaway games. And he's right. But that's what happened. So, whatever. We're one game in, and it all will change tonight. Vegas wins. It's back. It's a best of 5.
Oh, yeah.
So, from our viewers here, Habs for Life, watching in Vancouver on YouTube, says all Golden Knights jerseys are so beautiful. I'll give you that, Rod. It's just so beautiful. It's something about the gold. It never goes out of style. From Jordan on YouTube, unfortunately, yes, there are Vegas Golden Knights fans here. From Mike in Toronto, I will never, ever recognize Vegas as Canada's team. Ever. He's in Toronto. Yes, you will. My goal was to make people sick of Connor Bedard. We accomplished that in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's all it took.
At the most.
Yeah, I know.
Moving on. Oh, so point 4. Darren and I had a little back and forth on this. The Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe has apparently green-lighted a full stadium for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The Roughriders sent out a statement yesterday basically saying the Premier's notified us that we can expect to have a full stadium this summer to, with step 3 of our reopening plan, provided you all get your vaccinations and follow health and safety protocols. So my take on that was great. There's so much work's going into this behind the scenes with a lot of guys and gals that are making a lot of money. So I'm just going with the flow and expecting training camps to open on time and the season to kick off on time because I'm not being cynical or critical. But there was an inner voice in the back of my head when I saw this statement. I'm like, who are they going to play? Who are they going to play? And I don't think that's Debbie Downer stuff. That's critical thinking. But I told you ahead of the show that I was going to bring this up to you. So what's your read on the Premier greenlighting a full stadium this summer in this province? I
know the Riders put out a statement too. My first thought is that's great. It's probably going to be the Rams and the Huskies playing in a Canada West game against each other at some point, or an exhibition, or whatever it looks like. Or maybe it'll be the Hilltops and the Thunder. Maybe they'll do a jamboree and they'll both play games. That would be something, back to back. But you're right. They need somebody to play against. They really do. Perhaps if what we've been alluded to on a schedule we haven't seen yet, and all those Eastern teams are coming west, then perhaps there will be football in the stadium. But, hey, we're doing our part. Saskatchewan's in a great spot. I think the last I saw yesterday was 62% of those 12 and older are vaccinated, have their first shot. So that's great. That means we're on track. If the other provinces continue to get vaccines rolled out and as well, we could move closer. So we're doing what we need to do. We need to now hear the same things from Manitoba, Alberta, BC, Ontario, right?
Yeah.
But we will.
So thanks for your take on that. This is the warm-up, by the way, for Ecol Electric. Mike in Toronto says, I'm all in on the Jets, Canada's real team for now. Hey, if your team's not playing anymore, who are you cheering for? That's what I'd like to know. Because that's one thing with Vegas, man. Every spring, they've gone deep. That creates a lot of fans. That sells a lot of merchandise. And from Nelson Vo, he says, shout out to a couple good Sasky boys on Vegas, Chandler Stevenson and Braden McNabb. Or as Tiger Williams likes to say, Chandelier Stevenson. What a great night that was. John in Edmonton says, Vegas NFL, Vegas NHL, coming soon, Vegas NLL. The NLL jerseys are the best in sports, Rod. Have the Vegas NLL jerseys been? There's no way they've unveiled those. No, they haven't even unveiled a team yet. No. Just an owner who's exploring it.
Unless
I missed something. One of our P1s, viewer Todd Pinkney, says, shout out. No, where did it go? And if you wave the Vegas jersey under a black light, it glows. Todd, I think that's just yours.
How about that?
Took you a minute. Point 5. They like that one back there. The Jays could move back to Toronto this season. Mark Shapiro, the president. I've had a couple good ones this morning, eh?
You have. That's good.
Point 6. Anyway, the Jays could move back to Toronto. I'm out on the could. Let's see it. On everything. Point 6. The Elks, which there's been a lot of people writing in this morning on the Elks. From the 780 right here. Rod, what do you think of the new helmets and merchandise of the Edmonton Elks? Signed, John of Edmonton. I'm a fan. I'm in. I can't wait to talk to Dave Campbell in hour 2 to say, what's the deal that it wasn't elk? Elks is good. Elk would have been great. It's like, as we said yesterday, the Heat, the Jazz, the Mammoth. It's that team name without an S on the end of it.
Yeah.
The Elks smacks of a service club with middle-aged white men.
Yeah. Yep. The Elks Club.
It's down at the Elks Hall. Santa's coming. All the town kids are going. We're going to be at the Elks Hall on Saturday. Santa's coming. That's what my childhood was. The Elks Club.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas the elk, there's nothing else like it. You know, hunters, a lot of hunters have written. And I'm not being critical. I'm all for the Elks. I think it's cool. I love the logo. I love the scheme. I'm on it. I would have just liked to have seen elk. That's all. And hunters have written in and said, we don't say we're going to shoot elks. We're going hunting for elk. So there's something weird about that.
When you say it, Elks Club, it's like a possessive S, right? Like that apostrophe, like Elks Club. I think I still have a couple of those tokens, the Elks Club tokens for drinks at the Elks Club bar. But yeah, it just sounds weird. Doesn't matter if it's grammatically correct or not. It's about how it sounds.
Yeah. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says the more I think about it, wasn't the point of a name beginning with E to retain the EE logo? Yeah, but that's going to be their third logo. I think they've done it all right. I do.
I do too.
And I think when Dave Campbell joins us, I just want to know, I'm not sure if he would know the answer to this, but why isn't elk? Because I think that would be far cooler. Anyways, this is the warm-up. We'll bring it to an end and bring in Rich Sutter next. The warm-up's brought to you by eCall Electric, your complete electrical distributor with locations in Regina, Estevan, Swift Current, Yorkton, and Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. eCall Electric, let's get to work. We'll be right back. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube and Facebook live daily, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say, and I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Stars, you are dispatched to a scene call. The patient has multiple traumatic injuries and is unconscious but breathing.
This is why I back the Stars lottery.
Stars, we can accept the mission.
This is why I'm all in.
Mission accepted. Have a safe flight.
The prizes are great. The cause is critical.
Stars Lottery, the lottery on a mission. Every ticket is your chance to win over $4.2 million in prizes. Buy yours at starslottery.ca or 1-844-STARS-SK.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop.
Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Just ahead of Rich Sutter, I've got to get in some of our comments here from Jen down at the Four Seasons. She writes in, she says, "Go Avalanche." That hurts. I thought we were friends, Jen. What are you talking about? From Jason in Red Deer, he says, "Rod, I know you and Bo Levi have a distaste for each other, but have you checked out his new podcast with curler Ben Hebert? It's pretty good. I think you would like it." No, I haven't checked out Bo Levi's podcast. I don't like Bo Levi. Why would I listen to Bo Levi? What's wrong with people?
That?
Darren?
I'm not sure.
I don't like Piers Morgan, so I don't watch his show. I'm not a hater. I don't watch or listen to people that I don't like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like sports.
Yeah. It's just
they're all good.
Dumbest thing ever.
Just don't like some of them.
Okay. Let's go. Let's bring in Rich Sutter, our NHL insider. And there is some consternation on where Richie is. We're trying to figure out, are you at home, Rich, or your cabin? What's going on? What's your 20 today?
I'm home today.
Oh, you are? Okay. How are things at home?
Oh, fantastic. How are you guys?
We're good. We're enjoying the hockey very much, and I guess that's what we brought you on to talk about. And, man.
I guess I know who you're cheering for, eh?
You see it. Yes, absolutely. Canada's team, Rich, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Come on, you got to like Colorado a little bit.
I like watching them play when they're not playing Vegas. How about that? What's your take on the series so far, and what do you think for Game 2?
Well, obviously, you know Vegas is going to start net, for one, so that should make a difference. I believe that you will see a different Vegas team tonight. I've been in those situations before, Rod, as well, when you come off an emotionally charged series where you were fortunate to win a Game 7 and with no time to decompress for a day or two and reset the button. I'm not surprised at what happened the other night at all. Put it this way, I'm not surprised they lost because didn't matter if it was Colorado or not, but when it was Colorado and at the end of the day, the score probably doesn't mean much at all to a lot of people, especially internally there. It's a bit of a beatdown for sure, so I definitely expect to see a much better game, but also see a much better team in Vegas. Expect to see a much better team in Colorado as well.
That's that whole thing. You just dip your toe in the pool and you got your leg pulled off. That's what. Whoa, we're in something here. We've been talking about it for 2 days, right? It happens. But McKinnon, Rich, looked literally unstoppable. But in the regular season, Connor McDavid looked unstoppable, and Winnipeg found a way to put the brakes on him. Like, is there a way to stop Nathan McKinnon if you're the Vegas Golden Knights?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a three-headed monster with that line. It's not like in Edmonton where it's a two-headed monster and you've got four lines that can shut them down, or like Edmonton had happened to them. Paul Maurice was able to throw anyone out there. And in Colorado, Rod, you've got three guys on that line that all can drive the play. And it's not like they don't do it together, because they do, but there are a lot of times where there is a single driver on a shift, and you just don't know which one it's going to be. And when one guy starts to drive, the other 2 feet off of it, and that's what makes him so special. That's what makes him really hard to play against.
James in Borden, Manitoba is watching. He says, when I picture the Sutters away from the rink, I think Yellowstone. Well, Brian's place is kind of like that at Sylvan. What's your place like in Montana? Is that like John Dutton's ranch there? What's your
man, it makes me so badly wanting to be there right now because it reminds me so much like where we're at in Montana. It's incredible. And it's really unbelievable because the BS that went on in that show, it's so well done, and we're anxiously waiting for the new
season
to come out. It's scary. The stuff that's going on down and where this is situated at in another part of Montana is the same nonsense that's going on in Whitefish in a lot of areas right now there too. So yeah, so it's the same stuff.
I know.
Three different groups fighting up against each other. It's amazing. We're going like, wow, does this not sound familiar?
Well, city people, I'm sorry to derail you, but that was the comment from the gentleman in Manitoba. And city people say that stuff on Yellowstone doesn't really happen, right? It happens every day.
It happens.
And not just in Montana, but it happens here and it happens around where you are too. But anyways, back to hockey. Yeah. We got a lot of Winnipeg viewers, and they're like, I'd like to tell them to settle down, but no, don't settle down. Go tonight, Game 1, Jets and Habs, Matt. What's your take on that series?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say, and I don't want to do this as against the Jets fans, but look, I love Carey Price, and anyone who doesn't love Carey Price has got something wrong with him. I mean, he's a money goalie, just like Connor Hellebuyck. He's a Canadian. He's a Western Canadian, which is what I love the most. It's hard to bet against Connor, or against Carey, but when you got Connor at the other end, I mean, it's a toss-up. Right now, I think both teams are deep teams. You're getting a lot more scoring up and down the lineup in Winnipeg than you are in Montreal. And boy, I think, again, you're coming off an emotional win. You get on a plane yesterday and fly to Winnipeg. There's not a lot of time to reset the button. I think the only way Montreal wins a game tonight is Carey Price has to stand on his head, and maybe their power play gets a goal or two, seeming that they've come alive. But it's just hard to bet against Winnipeg right now.
Well, they're healthier too, from what I understand. Like, you must have heard out of Montreal all the injuries that the Habs were playing through, but then in Game 7, they didn't look that hurt to me. I get, like, a guy like Gallagher, you're never really going to know how hurt he is because he's out there, right? But the Jets...
Well, it's no different than they piss and moaned in Toronto about number 91, and that he had a knee injury also. When I saw his first morning on the ice in the morning of Game 5, the way he was skating and starting and stopping and sharp turns and twisting and turning, he didn't look like a guy who was first time on the ice coming off a knee injury. So you just don't know what to believe and who to believe at this time of year, to tell you the truth.
That's true. Justin Fung's watching on YouTube. He says both goalies have the ability to steal a series. And that's right. Hellebuyck and Price. Do you expect 2-1 games in this series then because of that?
You know, honestly, Rod, I think it could go both ways. At this point, both goalies seemingly are in a zone, and the zone that as a teammate and at times the opposition, when you see the demeanor of that individual, you see how he's stopping pucks, he's making difficult saves look easy. The tracking of the pucks, he's in position, he's square. When you see goalies do these things, obviously it's called the zone, and that's what they both are in deep into right now. And I can't see it changing, but if one of them fell out of that area right away, you could tell right away just judging on how the goals are going in. So I think as a fan, if you're really watching certain things in these goalies, you'll have a pretty good idea where these scores are going to go.
I take, Rich, if you don't mind, on Carolina, Tampa. You saw Rod Brindamore say last night that he doesn't think we're outmatched, but they're down 0-2. Do you think they make this a series or not?
I sure hope they do, because I'm a Roddy Brindamore fan. I really like their team. Tampa is showing us another layer of what they're capable of. Is that's just not score goals and that's defend. And it's just not about the goalie. Yes, the goalie has to make the save. But there's layers that are going on in terms of the structure, what's happening in front of Vasilevsky, how this group is playing right now. They basically said, okay, if you want to try and beat us 2-1, we'll beat you 2-1. If you want to try and score 4 goals, well, tonight we'll score 6. That's just how good Tampa is. But I'm telling you, Carolina is a good team. They're so skilled. They're deep. My concern is yes, Nedeljkovic has got to make some saves. It's not that he's allowing a lot of goals, but it's the timely goals. And also, I think they're going to miss Vincent Trocheck if he is not back in the lineup. They've already got Niederreiter out. I think that is going to be another hole that's hard to fill. It's easy to say you got depth. It's one thing to have depth in numbers. It's another thing to have depth in real high-quality players, which these two guys are.
Hey, unfortunately, hockey is so much about the salary and the business side, right? It's actually probably more that than the games. Here's a question from Jordan on YouTube that I will put to you exactly the way that he's asked it. How do you feel with Tampa Bay being well over the salary cap? What's your take on that topic?
Well, I'll put it this way. They've got some very bright people running that hockey club, and Julian Brisebois and their cap people. They've had some really, I wouldn't call it, in this question, I would say they've had some real good fortune in the type that with Kucherov getting hurt, with Stamkos and missing most of the year or all the year, and then Stamkos missing parts of it. They had the good fortune of a guy with a real big number in terms of his contract that they were able to put it on LTIR, which is long-term injury reserve, and recoup that money and put it in other areas to get them through. Once the playoffs start, the salary caps go out the window, and this is where they've really benefited from it. And good for them. Moving forward, it's you don't need to be a rocket scientist or a math 30 major to understand that $17 million over the cap heading into the playoffs is not the same as $17 million headed into the regular season. So there is going to have to be some real changes in Tampa this year. They've got some huge, tough decisions to make moving forward. They've got expansion draft issues. They've got a lot on their plate. And this is their time that if there's going to be a team or in a year that they're going to win, they're going to have to win, it's got to be now.
Jordan piggybacks on that and says it's a tough question, but Rich is right. They have some smart front office guys. And listen, we've been around sports our whole lives. This is how you win. And I've seen other teams doing it, and I'm like, why can't our GM do that when they're beating us? You know what I mean? And by the way, sitting Kucherov out, if they did all year, is a hell of a gamble, Rich. You don't know that you're going to finish in first, right? Like, that's not something that's planned, I don't think.
No, it's not, Rod. But I think the biggest thing is they proved a point last year in the bubble, winning how they did the Cup last year. It showed them a few things and told them a few things about certain individuals that they might have had some questions on. Look, going to Kucherov at the start of the year, knowing that he could be out for a certain period of time and whether you're going to try and nurse this injury along and maybe never get right till this summer with the surgery then, they did the right thing, obviously, by getting his issue taken care of. And in the long run, it saved them an enormous amount of money in terms of where they could move it around. And it still got them where they got them to be where they're at today, knowing full well that they could trust the people they had in their rosters, in their lineups when the season started. So good on them. They're still the team to beat because they're the Stanley Cup champions at this point.
Rich, a wonderful visit as always. I appreciate you watching us, by the way, on Game Plus. You've now figured out that we replay at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, right? You've discovered that.
I figured that out, Rod. Thanks to you.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for watching. Keep it real, my friend, as always, and enjoy the hockey.
You bet. Take care. Talk soon.
Our NHL insider, Rich Sutter, joining us from Lethbridge, Alberta, in our visits with him brought to you by Original 16. Great Western Brewery. We'll be back with a sports update. Lots going on today. WHL holding the draft lottery this morning. Did you hear? So lots to get to. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds. Full-service car wash at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Capital is Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalfordlincoln.com to see how we roll and to learn about what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's what you get when you choose Capital Ford Lincoln, Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership.
In today's fast-paced world, we know you don't always have time to cook a nutritious meal. The Mad Greek in Moose Jaw's got you covered with delicious takeout and delivery specials, even for large groups or occasions. Authentic Greek cuisine, pizza, ribs, and more. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Offering licensed dining, delivery, and their takeout window is open to get your Greek to go. For more information and to view the online menu, visit themadgreekeatery.com.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Ultimate Fan Zone, taking our show on the road coast to coast. Shop online, ultimatefanzone.ca. Slick, user-friendly. We built this site for the die-hard sports fans. Jerseys, hats, team apparel, offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports. Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready to your door. Now, just a click away. ultimatefanzone.ca or check us out on Facebook and Instagram. UFZ Downtown Moose Jaw, home of everything authentic.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Thanks for sticking with us through the break, everybody. And some comments from our viewers on our last interview guest, who was Rich Sutter. Ryland Spencer in Seattle says, I could listen to Rich talk all day. So could I. Love that guy. From Troy in Toronto, who runs the company Sober Athletic Wear. He says, I like Rich Sutter. He's the kind of guy I'd love to have a coffee with and ask hockey questions all day. He must have amazing hockey stories. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, he does. Hey, just before a sports update, Darren and I were talking about ESPN sports coverage because a gentleman had written in here earlier and said all they talk about is basketball and football. ESPN. And so Stephen A. Smith came out. There it is, from Dylan McDonald. Stephen A. Smith and just destroyed the Maple Leafs and compared them to my Dallas Cowboys. What did he say? Epic failure or something?
Epic failure. They are the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. They are Canada's Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So I said last season that Stephen A. Smith's ripping on the Dallas Cowboys is getting old. When I saw the clip last night, I'm thinking at least the Cowboys have won 3 Super Bowls in the color television era. Like, don't, Stephen. It's not a joke. It's the truth. Whatever. But whatever, loser.
How about that?
Anyways, if this is ESPN's way of covering the NHL, Stephen A. Smith trolling the Leafs, don't bother. Leave it to the experts, because you know nothing about hockey, and this is not, I know nothing about the NBA. You don't see me sitting here talking about the NBA or trolling teams. So how did you feel that that's your team that he was
I thought
ripping?
It was funny. I thought it was funny. I thought it was on brand for Stephen A.
Okay.
So if he's going to do it about the Cowboys, he's going to do it about the Leafs. I think it's perfect. But he also then spends his segments on there dissecting the Cowboys and dissecting the NFL. I don't think he's going to do that in the NHL. So it is a little bit of a, hey, Stephen A., here's his team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Here's their history. Here's all the things that are happening. Doesn't this sound like this is great? You should go do this on the air. That's what it felt like a little bit, that it was kind of, presented to him that way. But I don't know. I thought it was funny in the moment. I was able to take it.
Oh, it's fine. Hey, you guys, I'm glad you're not upset. Chris Bird in Toronto says, I fully support Stephen A. Smith on this one, my team, and it was hilarious. Okay. I'm just trying to defend you people, because you thought my Mike Babcock tweet was tasteless. That's what you told me. So how's that any different than what Stephen A. Smith did?
It's not. Because I thought it was funny too. It wasn't I didn't say it was tasteless, but it was
along those lines.
It was funny, but it could have been. I said it was post-game trash talk, which I'm not here for post-game trash talk. But it's not like you do it all the time.
John in Winnipeg, John Ohm says everybody's an expert these days. Where's the Jets gear, boys? Moose is looking like a Habs fan. I don't know. I can't wear 2 shirts at once. And my team's playing tonight, Canada's team, the Vegas Golden Knights. Just go worry about your own game. Don't worry about what we're wearing. One more on the Edmonton Elks and whether or not it is grammatically correct or whatever, or if it's even cool. Metal Shingle Guy writes in on the Prairie Mobile text line, and he says the other Canada's team should be the Leaves, not the Leafs. So he's like elk or elks, whatever. Opinions are like belly buttons, right? Everybody has one. Most stink. To the sports update. Alex Killorn and Anthony Cirelli scored while Andrei Vasilevsky was strong in net once again, helping the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the host Carolina Hurricanes 2-1 for a 2-0 lead in their second-round playoff series. Vasilevsky finished with 31 saves after being named one of 3 finalists for the Vezina Trophy. And by the way, that's our poll question today for Capital Automall Universal Collision Center. Who should win the Vezina? Marc-Andre Fleury, Philip Grubauer, or Vasilevsky? What are they saying on Facebook, guys? What's the results there? Do we have a big enough body of votes yet? Who are they giving it to? It's split 3 ways. Vasilevsky by a nose almost.
Yeah, he's winning 45%. He has almost half the votes. And good. He was really good last night. He keeps them in games, and they've got enough offensive power that they can be opportunistic, too, even when they're being outplayed.
Thomas Pelgier and Nathan Leger scored 46 seconds apart late in the second period in the Val d'Or down the Victoriaville Tigre 4-1 Tuesday night to even the Quebec Major Junior League final at 2 wins each. Xavier Bernard and Jeremy Michel also scored, while Jacob Pelgier had 2 assists for Val d'Or, who got 21 saves from Jonathan Lemieux. Game 5 of the best-of-7 President's Cup final goes Thursday at Center Videotron. Meanwhile, a day after being named to the WHL's East Division All-Star team, the worst-kept secret from the Subway Hub is official. Connor Bedard was named the WHL East Division Rookie of the Year. The North Vancouver product was every bit of his exceptional status, posting 12 goals and 16 assists in just 12 games this season for the Pats. His 28 points were the most in the dub when he departed the regiment to join Team Canada. Let me say it again. He led the dub in scoring at 15 before leaving to join Team Canada. That includes a bubble that included Peyton Krebs, Ozzy Weisblatt, everybody else. Ridley Gregg,
Ben
Tristan
McCartney.
Robbins.
Oh, yeah.
Dylan Delegagender.
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. capped a career-best 4-hit outing with his Major League leading 17th home run, and the Toronto Blue Jays celebrated the return to their temporary Buffalo home with a 5-1 win over the Miami Marlins. Vladdy doubled in the first, hit a 3-run homer in the third, and added 2 singles. I feel like we're getting at a point now where you're just tuning in to Jays games to see if Vladdy goes deep. Right? I mean, they could still win too, but now there's a buzz every time he's at the plate.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't take long.
Not at all.
Mark Shapiro, the president of the Jays, believes there's a chance the team could finally return home to Toronto at some point this season, but he cautioned the decision hinges on when Canada will loosen its strict border regulations. And I'm going to skip the NBA playoffs. This sports update for the Tap Brewhouse and Drive-Thru Liquor Store, where I went for lunch on Monday and will be going for lunch again on Friday. Try the jalapeno potato soup. Jalapeno potato soup. It's life-changing. You haven't had it, have you?
No, I haven't.
Sometimes I go to a restaurant and just say to the server, you've probably seen it, what's your favorite thing on the menu?
Yeah.
So a young gentleman that was serving me, he's a college hockey player that was home from college, and he said, this is what it is, the jalapeno potato soup. Try it. Sold.
Wow.
Forever.
That's good.
And for Red Bull Canada, Red Bull gives you wings. We'll be back with Viewer Takeover. A reminder coming up in hour 2 today, Dave Campbell, the color man of the Edmonton Elks. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash. Your car deserves it at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
At Capital Ford Lincoln, we don't just sell vehicles, we buy them too. You know how we always have such a big inventory with an amazing selection? That's because we buy all makes, all models, and all years. We're going to give you the best price every time. And you don't even have to buy from us. All you have to do is visit us online or in-store, answer a few questions about your vehicle, and we'll get you a great offer. We'll even cut you a check on the same day. So save yourself the hassles of selling privately and sell it to us. Because at Capital Ford Lincoln, we'll buy it.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take a leap of faith, so to say. And I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Well, when I first started playing, the scholarship was so important to me. Like, I was working 2 jobs. I was working at a gas station, and I used to actually line the field for the team to get paid just to make some extra money.
I think for me, the opportunities that the scholarships provide is very important, or very specifically the stress it alleviates for myself.
The Rams give me the opportunity to buy everything that I need to get the best grades that I can, and that'll lead to me getting hopefully the best job that I can in the future.
There wasn't a scholarship opportunity with the Rams. I know that life would have been a lot more difficult for myself. I'm not too sure exactly how much longer I would have been able to play beyond my first year.
With the opportunity that they provided for me to go through school with the financial support and with the opportunity to continue to play football, now that I look back on it, was the most important thing in my life.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Welcome back, everybody. Rod and Moose back with you and our crew here flying the Millennium Falcon. Some comments have come in from our viewers, and I love the fact that it's kind of the same crew every day. You know what I mean? We're all one big family here.
Yeah.
From Troy in Toronto, on the sports update, he says, I hate that the Blue Jays are in Buffalo. American teams can fly into Toronto Island Airport, stay in Rogers Centre Hotel, and get out from Island Airport as well. I'm sure American-based teams are now fully vaccinated. I fail to see the risk. Play ball. Chris Bird in Toronto says, fly the baseball players in from India. There will be no problem getting them into Toronto. Where's the drum beat on that? Thank you. Funny, not funny. Mick's watching in Toledo. You know Mick?
I know Mick.
From ESPN Radio Toledo, host of the Cheap Seats, Mick Gonzalez says, the Elks? I'm with you, Rod. I would have preferred the Empire. Or should that be Empires? Whoa! People are punchy today. I'm kind of over everything. If they'd have gone with the Edmonton Evergolds, I'm like, whatever, let's go. Let's just play.
Yeah.
Speaking of, from CFL Today on Twitter, this is what he tweets. Breaking. From my sources involved in the Blue Bomber organization, they have talked to the Manitoba government and have received verbal confirmation that they would allow a limited amount of vaccinated fans in the stands at IG Field. This is based off current vaccination rates in Manitoba. I would hope. They're allowing 2,500 into Montreal, 550 in Toronto, now 500 tonight in Winnipeg in closed arenas. They got to get to 10,000 or they're not playing.
That's right.
Just so you know. It's not about the virus. It's about money. We covered this on Monday. What is the Generation Z or Z term for a broken record? What is it? What is it?
Your CD doesn't skip.
I feel like a CD skipping.
But
saying the same thing all the time.
Your Spotify, it's not loading? No, that's not the same.
Oh, boy. This is hilarious. James in Border, Manitoba says, I would love to see Rod's man cave. I bet you have some great CFL, WHL treasures in your basement. Rough Rider Gold. A lot of it's been sold on Virage. I got this. We were talking earlier about Rich Sutter's place, like in Brian Sutter's house in Sylvan. You would never know the guy ever played hockey other than his entryway. It's all oak lockers, and he's got his Jack Adams Award for NHL Coach of the Year. Other than that, nothing hockey anywhere. It looks like John Dutton's house from Yellowstone. So at my house, all the artifacts, they're pretty much packed away. But I remember a babysitter that we had when my youngest was old enough needing a babysitter. The babysitter was a female hockey player, and she came in and she was just like, ooh, this is like a museum. That was my old house. Yep. It was like a museum. You're right. But in the new place, it's not as much. You've been there.
Yeah.
There's a gigantic oil paint mural of old Taylor Field, like massive. It takes up the whole wall.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And then an SJHL oil painting of all 12 teams. The SJ gave me that. I think it was for my work with the Humboldt Broncos in the aftermath of the crash. I'm pretty sure that was why. I do We have a great relationship, as you know.
Right.
How did I get so derailed here? Chris Bird in Toronto says 10,000 will be no problem for the Argos. Are we still on that?
I guess.
Clearly.
We're not.
The NFL report. Now that the calendar has turned to June, NFL teams can trade or release players and spread the salary cap hit over 2 years now instead of 1. That doesn't mean Aaron Rodgers is going anywhere, but the Packers couldn't afford to deal him from a financial standpoint until now. Other star players such as Julio Jones and Zach Ertz are more likely to be moved. The Philadelphia Eagles already released wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey and defensive tackle Malik Jackson with a post-June 1st designation. And the Minnesota Vikings did the same with tight end Kyle Rudolph. With the salary cap expected to increase up to $208.2 million in 2022, teams have more flexibility to make blockbuster moves now that June 1st has passed. We'll talk about that and more coming up in hour 2. Edmonton Elks broadcaster Dave Campbell will join us, and I wonder if he's used to that yet.
Probably not.
Because I used to always say, Edmonton Eskimos. Color man Dave Campbell just rolled off your tongue. I'm not sure we're there yet with Elks. But we'll talk with Soupy Campbell about that coming up next hour in hour 2. Stick through the break here on Game Plus.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Stars, you're dispatched to a scene call. The patient has multiple traumatic injuries and is unconscious but breathing.
This is why I backed the Stars lottery.
Stars, we can accept the mission.
This is why I'm all in.
Mission accepted. Have a safe flight.
The prizes are great. The cause is critical.
Stars Lottery, the lottery on a mission. Get your early bird tickets by June 24th for a chance to win a truck, trailer, toys, and cash. Buy yours at starslottery.ca or 1-844-STARS-SK.
At Capital Ford Lincoln, we don't just sell vehicles, we buy them too. You know how we always have such a big inventory with an amazing selection? That's because we buy all makes, all models, and all years. We're going to give you the best price every time. And you don't even have to buy from us. All you have to do is visit us online or in-store, answer a few questions about your vehicle, and we'll get you a great offer. We'll even cut you a check on the same day. So save yourself the hassles of selling privately and sell it to us. Because at Capital Ford Lincoln, we'll buy it.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod
Now,
we are airing in Boston, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C.
How about that?
Washington, Oregon, Idaho, California, Arizona, Colorado, Oklahoma, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Vermont, Maine. I've been everywhere, man.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome to the RP Show's Hour 2. We call it the second half kickoff, and it is brought to you by the Four Seasons Sports Palace. And wouldn't you know it, I put away the Seattle Kraken jersey. I meant to bring it out here, the Four Seasons Sports Palace. You're home for the Stanley Cup playoffs and for the Leafs playoff run as well. I say that.
Where's the sound effect now?
Wah, wah, wah. The owner-proprietor of the Four Seasons Sports Palace, my good and longtime friend, George Janitsos, the Greek freak. He said he's the first sports owner in the history of the world to get thrown out of his own sports bar for his conduct when the Leafs lost Game 7 the other night. So he's switching allegiances to the Seattle Kraken.
All right.
I try to sway him over to the Vegas Golden Knights, but it would be weird if we cheered for the same team.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do.
So I got a Kraken jersey here, but that's one of the prizes for our winner of our Stanley Cup playoff pool. And man, am I getting my lights pumped out in that draft.
You and me both.
It's embarrassing.
You and me both.
Well, when your team scores 1 goal a game, yeah. See you in round 4. So somebody was writing in talking about Rod's man cave. He'd like to see it. And I don't really have one, to be honest with you. But I do have all the gear. And I got a lot of footballs, from various things. The last game at this place or this Grey Cup. You can't keep them all. And so one of our daughters was selling them. She says, okay, if I sell this on Barrage? Yeah, go ahead. But not that it doesn't mean anything, but I remember, Rich Preston, the great Rico.
Yeah.
Coolest man in the NHL. Longtime Chicago Blackhawk and New Jersey Devil. I refer to him as a mentor of mine in life. I love that guy. When he came to coach the Regina Pats, he had just come from Chicago where he coached the Blackhawks for quite some time. And we're talking about artifacts of Chicago Stadium because they'd moved from Chicago Stadium into the United Center. And he was there through that move. And he said he had the stick rack from the old Blackhawks dressing room. He got the stick rack out of it. And I said, where is it? I'm thinking it would be in the middle of your living room.
Right.
With a spotlight on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, it's in the garage. The kids hang their coats on it.
From old Chicago Stadium?
Stan Makeda.
Wow.
Bobby Hall. Tony Esposito. Kids hang their clothes. I could so see it.
It's not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
When you're that cool, things like this aren't a big deal.
Oh, at my parents. Yeah, from Jeff the Stamps fan. He says, Rod is married, therefore no man cave. Tell him what he's won.
How about that?
But at my parents, can you imagine my parents? Because my dad worked in the NHL for 26 years and won the Stanley Cup and won the Memorial Cup. Remember one time, my mom was cleaning out the garage, and she's like, Roddy, there's a stick here that says to Rod, signed W. Gretzky. What do you want me to do with it? I'm like, is that where that is?
Where is it now?
I'm not sure. Anyways, there's a lot, but there's just so many artifacts. Hey, here's an interesting one. Breaking news. Where's my bell? From the Canadian Football League, BC Lions have added 2 to their coaching staff. Offensive assistant Tristan Dice and a familiar face in defensive assistant Claudel Lewis. Welcome, fellas. Tristan Dice is the son of Bobby Dice, a former Manitoba Bison for sure, and I think he played for the Regina Thunder for a while. Tristan Dice will add a lot to that staff. He's getting into the game. And have you noticed, listen, I understand it's Jets game day, and we're going to get to that. Jets, Habs, Golden Knights, Colorado, those are the 2 games tonight. But are you seeing the CFL fans beaking each other in the comments section here on the Facebook and YouTube?
A little bit. Going back
it's
and
coming.
forth. It's coming. And I think you're starting to feel a little bit of that. But we're supposed to be right in the middle of it. It's supposed to be starting, and I think that's what's a little bit tough. But, we're used to it, right? It's the change of the season, and we get in that mood at this time of year. So maybe it will be here. I don't know.
Well, normally they'd be playing, right? So, yeah, it's summertime. It's a second summer now without CFL football yet. But you're just seeing the Argo fans. Like, this is where the CFL fans are going to come to talk during the day. That's just a fact. And we covered hour one a lot of the Stanley Cup playoffs, by the way. This is the second half kickoff where we talk about whatever you want to talk about. Coming up, Dave Campbell in our next segment, the color voice of the Edmonton Elks. So you tell me what you would like us to talk about here right now, because we covered the Montreal-Winnipeg game 1 tonight. We've all picked Winnipeg to win tonight. I said the Jets will win in 6, the series. You said the Jets in 7.
Yes.
And I think Janelle and Saskatoon agreed on that. From Jeff in the zone. I will just sit here and answer your questions with Moose, okay? Fair?
I'm in.
Jeff says, sup, Rod and Darren. What series have you both enjoyed in the NHL playoffs? Well, any series with the Vegas Golden Knights, obviously. The Minnesota Wild Vegas series was a little hard on the ticker. But I said they were going to throw everything at him in Game 7. Let's pull that clip, Nelson. Saw that coming.
Oh, yeah.
Any series with Vegas. Any series that didn't involve your team, the Montreal-Toronto series wasn't good. I don't care.
The Jets-Oilers was good.
That was good.
Because of the overtimes.
That was good.
I didn't have anybody in that race, but my heart was going because you get to those overtimes. That was really fun to watch. But it was Florida-Tampa. That was just back-to-back, a slobber knocker of a series that, should have went the distance, and maybe Florida deserved a better fate for how well they played.
That was a good one.
That was really good.
That was a good one. Hey, my boy's here. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy Schimmel's here from Hobo Donut. Come on to the set. This ain't CNN.
How about that?
There's the two. Say hi to the guy. What's up, Jimmy? I miss you.
Oh, look at that.
Don't leave me hanging. Jimmy, the guy is a star.
I don't know what to do in those situations anymore.
Yeah, can we touch each other? Oh, my God, what do we do? Thanks, Jimmy. He just dropped off the greatest donuts in the history of mankind. And some stickers, too, from Hobo Donuts?
Unbelievable.
Okay. Have a seat if you want. I appreciate it.
Great.
Actually, you know what? Yeah. What'd he say?
He's the best.
He's the best. He is the best. The donuts are the best, the whole thing. You got some new ink you got going over there? No. Yeah, I never see your arms. Yeah, tomorrow is the 3-year birthday of the show. Happy birthday! Thank you.
The
These aren't going to make it to. Is it 2?
2.
2019, 2020, 2020.
Only 2.
We're starting our 3rd year.
Yeah.
Okay, 2-year birthday, whatever.
Yeah.
Have a seat, Jimmy, if you want to. You're always on the run. I know. You got to go.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
A ton of deliveries.
Okay,
was great
that's good. Hobo Donuts, guys. Follow them on social media. Make your orders there. Love you, brother. Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
pal.
it. These donuts will not make it to tomorrow.
Probably not.
They're so good. You want to open it up? And Clark just said, lucky if they make it to the next segment. Open the box and show the world.
Jimmy dropped those off for you and me.
Well, there's a lot there, man. How many can you actually eat? It's the Hobo Donut. The Homer Donut is mine. I did it again.
There's 2 Homer Donuts. Okay, there's 2.
There's a real funny story from the first year.
Go back on our Facebook page if you really want.
Is it there?
Oh, awesome.
I want the pink one.
There's 2 pink ones.
I want the 2 pink ones. These things are like 1,000 calories each. They're like angel food cake in a donut. They're like that thick. They're the donut that eats like a meal. Anyways, I'm so glad we were on the air when Jimmy ran in.
Me too.
So, what series? So, I've enjoyed most of them. The Florida-Tampa was really good. Yeah. I got to say Edmonton-Winnipeg, for sure.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're in this cocoon in Canada of not really realizing what other series are going on because we've got some really tantalizing series up here. This Montreal-Winnipeg one is going to be epic. I was reading a preview this morning. This shouldn't surprise you. They've never met in the playoffs ever. But you remember that they're talking about the Atlanta Thrashers history, right?
That's right.
So they didn't have a very robust playoff history, the Atlanta Thrashers. They haven't met anybody in the playoffs. So when you're thinking about the Winnipeg Jets back in the day, like that's the other thing I read today. The Jets have never swept. Oh, it was the NHL PR website. That was what I was reading, not the Canadian press. The Jets had never swept anybody in franchise history. And I'm like, really? They've been around since... Oh, wait. I always get tripped up on that.
I know, and they got to just undo that and give the Jets all of the history. I mean, I guess that's business, though, right? When you buy the Winnipeg Jets, you're buying their history. You know, when you're moving them, right? You're buying that history. So I get it.
I feel like the owners of the Arizona Coyotes and the Winnipeg Jets should just meet, do a deal, and just swap franchise history. Arizona, you give us your history, which is the Winnipeg Jets, and we'll give you the Thrashers history because neither one's that great. So let's just get on with it. They should be able to do that. It's a business deal. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. You can absolutely.
Do you think the NHL would allow them to do that?
I don't see why not. I think it would be a really cool story. It'd be a really cool story. It'd be great PR. It'd be a wonderful media cycle.
All of a sudden, Keith Tkachuk is a Arizona Coyotes legend.
Yeah.
Well, he played Jeff Odgers. I'm thinking of great Thrashers. That's what I'm thinking of.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because in Arizona, I think they have Dale Howardchuk's number retired for obvious reasons. But how many people walk into the Gila River Arena and go, who is that guy?
Dale Howardchuk.
Just because they have no clue, because it's Winnipeg.
But that would mean a lot in Winnipeg.
I understand it. It's nothing against Ducky. Believe me. What I'm saying is it's just franchise.
But if they flip it, it would mean so much more.
It would mean more.
It would mean way more.
Thank you for pulling my wiener out of the campfire there.
And they would literally, you'd be able to bring some of the other guys back and wave the flag and do all that. It'd be really cool.
Donald Mitchell, Navy Don, says, but nobody in Phoenix cares about the old Jets. That's the point. Let's just give them the Thrashers history, and they won't even know the difference.
Do it in the middle of the night.
That's the point. They won't even know the difference. From Habs for Life, watching in Vancouver, says, should the Jets retire Kovalchuk's number? We have got a Kovalchuk bobblehead around here somewhere.
We do, somewhere.
Where is it?
It might be in the back room.
Clark stole it and took it to his show. Gotcha! From Chris Bird in Toronto, says the CFL allowed the current Alouettes to have all the former Alouettes GCs. What does that mean? Gift certificates? From Terry. Good thing he said campfire. What did you think I was going to say? John Kirby in Edmonton. The Alberta government said full stadiums by CFL kickoff. He writes it in all caps. Didn't Kenny say that last week?
Yeah.
Listen, I need some help from you here, some guidance.
Okay.
Maybe it's just my recovery coach training here. When you talk about a vicious cycle or a merry-go-round, you know, the things that are generational, it's like, we've been doing this forever. You know, this is the way it is. You know how you break that? You step off the cycle. Start fresh. And with the CFL news, and it's not just CFL, any coronavirus stuff, any pandemic stuff, it's just different information every day. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know who to trust. I've stepped off the cycle. See you when you kick off. Have you? Am I doing the wrong thing here because I host a show where we're supposed to be talking about it every day?
No, I know.
I'm worn out.
I know. I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's a bad place to be because it's a dangerous spot to be. But that's kind of where I am. I mean, I want to be on. I want to be optimistic. We're getting there. But then I don't want to be blinded by just sticking in my province's borders. And we're doing really well, and we're going to be opened up. But it doesn't mean the rest of the country is. So I'd like to think that 500 fans in hockey rinks and 2,500 fans in Quebec and all of that is trending in the right direction. But look, the players haven't even been notified that they are for surely going to camp. And they need 6 weeks. They've told the league they need 6 to 8 weeks notice to get everything in order and get guys across the border and do what you need to do and, you know, stop your job and make sure your family's set up and all that stuff. So July 10th, we're less than 6 weeks away. We're less than 6 weeks. So they already don't have the notice. And that's what we did last year. throughout all of this. We started looking back at, we walked it back. We reverse engineered it, right? If they want to start here, they have to show up by this day so they can quarantine. They need this much notice. We walked it back, and we decided, okay, there's still a chance. Right now, July 10th doesn't seem like there's a chance unless you're going to just tell the players, okay, you're showing up in 7 days.
Which they will.
Which they probably will, but I don't know if they, I don't really know. So there's not a lot of information going back and forth right now. I'm optimistic. But there needs to be some news really, really soon, like a schedule.
Habs for Life in Vancouver says CFL is very unorganized. Come on, guys, we're begging to spend money on you. LOL. Well, I'm sure the Lions would take your money. Give them a call. I'm sure they'd take it. He also said he can smell the popcorn from BC Place. He's a Lions fan, clearly. So it's getting close. Oh, now we're into it. Kim Krett on Facebook says the biggest roadblock right now is Ontario. Once Ontario gives the okay, the league is a go. Well, I don't know. We're not going to sit here every day. We're not going to sit here. No. Let's take a break. I just got to read one comment here from Ricky Regina.
Yeah, absolutely.
He says from the tap, he's watching. He says the Coyotes need to do the Jets deal or off to the train station. So here's the deal. We're going to give you the Thrashers history. You're going to give us your history, and everybody's happy. And if you don't like it, we're going to take you to the train station. Really? Where's the train station? Just get in the truck.
It's okay, guys.
Right?
Sometimes deals don't work out. Let me drive you to the train station.
Where's the train station?
And I'll see you off.
Where's the train station? There's not a train station around here for miles.
Didn't see a train coming in.
Just get in the truck. Here's a popsicle. We're going to Edmonton next. It's the RP Show, and you are watching on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash. Your car deserves it at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Ultimate Fan Zone, taking our show on the road coast to coast. Shop online, ultimatefanzone.ca. Slick, user-friendly. We built this site for the die-hard sports fans. Jerseys, hats, team apparel, offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports. Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready to your door. Now, just a click away, ultimatefanzone.ca, or check us out on Facebook and Instagram. UFZ Downtown Moose Jaw, home of everything authentic.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Laid back and kicking it. Let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. You're good. You want to give it to me? We got this Seattle Kraken jersey here because George Yanitso's down at the Four Seasons. The Leafs fan, he's done. He's switching his allegiances to the Seattle Kraken. I tried to lure him over to the Vegas Golden Knights because life's good over in Golden Knightsville, but he didn't want to cheer for the same team as me. So Seattle Kraken, they got some nice gear, I'm telling you. What do you call it? Sea foam?
I know,
What would you call it?
Yeah.
It's not really aqua.
No, it's pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's the prize. One of the prizes for our playoff pool, which you and I are just getting dummied in.
We are.
Poll question today. Just ahead of Dave Campbell, the Edmonton Elks color commentator, the poll question for Capital Automall Universal Collision Center, it is, who should win the Vezina Trophy as the NHL's top goaltender? Andrei Vasilevskiy in Tampa, Philip Grubauer in Colorado, or the Flower, Marc-Andre Fleury in Vegas? And leading by a nose is Vasilevskiy, the reigning Stanley Cup champion with Tampa Bay. Nominated, by the way, for the fourth consecutive year that he's a finalist. All right. Let's bring in Soupy Campbell, who's always excited, of course. But David, you got the lid on. Hard to see.
Yep.
There you go.
Right there.
The elk is out of the bag, Dave.
How about that?
There it is. There it is.
How's it going over, my man? How's it going? How's it going over?
Good. It's good. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It was quite the day yesterday, I'll tell you. It was fast notification that they were going to do this yesterday morning. I did know the day before, but it was a phenomenal event. And honestly, I think a lot of people might have been surprised of how well it went and maybe how they felt after the presentation. I was in that boat because I wasn't sure how I would honestly feel about the official name change, but I think the presentation went very, very well. There's still a lot of people that are always going to be stuck with the, it should always be the Eskimos, and it'll always be the Eskimos to me. And I think that's okay if you respond to it the right way. But I think there's some people that just won't accept the change, and they're probably going to get left behind. But it was quite the day yesterday, and it was nice to be at a public event too for the first time in a while, long time. So here we are, Edmonton Elks. It's a new era.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of questions coming in from our viewers. I said to Darren in the break, whether it's Kraken gear or Edmonton Elks or whatever, I can't believe how geeked up people get about team names and jerseys and logo. It's awesome. It's because you and I do. We all do. But, it's just people really interested in it. And one of the viewers here, Random Glenn, says, are they keeping the EE? I see a helmet over your shoulder. I think that is that. Is that going to be a third logo for the...
That's an old one. Yeah, that's an old helmet. So here's the deal. The primary logo is the antler horns, okay? They are keeping the double E logo. Chris Presson, the Elks president and CEO, said yesterday that the double E logo will make an appearance on the helmet, maybe in a third jersey setup. And we haven't seen the full uniform yet. And we know the colors are staying green and gold, but we don't know what the jersey will look like. And I think it's a really strong possibility we see the double E logo somewhere on that jersey. And I think that was teased throughout this process, is that the double E logo stays, not be the primary mark. So that is definitely going to be true. The elk antlers on the helmet with that yellow, and that's a gold helmet. I think this one looks a lot more yellow. That's going to be the primary logo, but the Double E logo is still going to be part of the setup.
Let me just say this. My only question for you is, I was on board with Elk. If it couldn't be Empire, I was on board for Elk. But Elk, not Elks. Is there a reason why it was specifically that you know of?
I think Elks simply rolls off the tongue better. And you're right. It is a little weird. Now, the Elks organization did consult Oxford University to see if this was grammatically correct to say Elks, and they said yes. And they also consulted a linguistics expert from the University of Alberta. Would it be proper to say Elks? And they said yes. So it was both correct and proper. And in fact, we had a wildlife expert on our show last night. We've had him on a couple times. He's works for Alberta Wildlife, and by the way, he loves the name because he says Elks is a very noble animal, very team-oriented animal, and they are nasty, especially in rutting season. But he said, yeah, Elks is a little strange because it is elk. Elk is the plural. But honestly, on a sports team, Elks is just fine. And I think there's people that are, the grammar police is out in full force, right? They're going, that's the wrong way to say it. But I think it's like a line in a movie or a line in a song that might not be grammatically correct. Do we really care? And I think, like you say, we get wrapped up in team names a lot. But, you look at the Toronto Maple Leafs, not the Toronto Maple Leaves, right, for example. So all they do is leave the first round. But there's my day. But, yes. Oh, love it. There you go. But, yes, Elks, it's a little... I think it just rolls off the tongue better, even though, it might not be proper, but it is what it is, and I think it's going to be really fun to say.
I think the marketing avenues are limitless. So yeah, I'm proud.
Huge.
Proud. I said your souvenir store is going to look like a Cabela's, right? There's no doubt about that. The camouflage stuff, because that's what the Anaheim Ducks souvenir store looks like. But that's another matter entirely. So good for you guys. And the Shellbrook Elks senior hockey team, which our premier, I believe, played for, Scott Moe. Terry Simpson got his start there. I just hope they don't slap a trademark copyright infringement on the Edmonton Elks, but you're good.
Oh, no.
Now, I'm just saying.
I hope not either.
I'm just saying. So now it's time to play ball, Dave.
Yeah, I think they will. I really do. Chris Bresson yesterday said the written and verbal approvals have taken place. So all the provinces have signed off on it verbally and written as far as return to play for playing and for the players. As far as the return for fans, that's separate, and that will be submitted jointly by all 9 teams. And if you look at what's happening in your province, Alberta could be restriction-free in a month. Manitoba, I hope it gets better there soon. Everywhere else in the country, it's getting much, much better. You look at Ontario's numbers today. They've had the lowest case count in a long time, so that's very good. And the fact that we saw 2,500 at the Bell Center last Saturday for the Canadiens Leafs in Game 6, and then the Leafs had 550 for Game 7 at Scotiabank, and then tonight at Bell MTS in Winnipeg, there's going to be 500. So it's it's a small number, but I think it's a gateway for better things. A lot of people in an indoor stadium, and we know that outdoor stadiums and outdoor settings are way less risky than indoor stadiums. So you're probably going to see the Ontario teams have to start later and start in the West and then have their home games later, late August, early September. That's the way it's going to probably look for the Lions. But everyone else is probably going to be in a very good position to begin on August the 5th.
Are you allowing yourself yet to do a divisional preview and battles and all the fun? Are you?
No, not yet. Because there's that seeded out. I am 95% positive we will play, but it's the 5% that scares the living daylights out of me because it's real, right? Because this could change in a heartbeat. But we are going the right way. Numbers are going down. Vaccine rollouts have been incredible. We're almost 60% vaccinated as a country with first dose, and now that announcements about second doses have come out as well, and that's accelerating. So, I think the prediction about a couple of weeks ago or a month ago was you wait until, May, you wait till especially June, and this scenario in the positive section, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
From our viewers, some of the comments here. Jen says, Sask is losing masking in July, so that's awesome. James in Borden, Manitoba says, that's a damn nice hat. Mike in Toronto, Mike Blackbird says, the branding makes me want to buy a tractor.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, why not? From Random Glenn, he says, any news on the XFL? And that's where I'm going with this. Here's the thing. You're not out of the muck, Dave, as a CFL. So you play, we hope that'll happen, but you're still going to have this XFL story chasing you for a while, right? Like, that's not going anywhere either. Any talk about that in Edmonton?
Not really. I think it's more background now. I think when it came out in early March, I think for about maybe close to 6 weeks, 2 months, it was pretty much what everyone was talking about. The excitement for a season and a lot more realistic. I think the XFL are back. For myself personally, I know it's there, but I think the most important key for this league is to get back on the field. So, I don't know what's going to happen with the XFL stuff. I really don't. I mean, I think the potential is strong for some sort of a partnership or a merger, but again, I still go back to, I don't know how that's going to look. If you have an 18-team league and what that would look like. But I do think that there's other things that can happen for sure. But I think the focus now is let's get back on the field and play a CFL season, because that's been sorely missed by, I think, the sporting community here in Canada. We got to get back on the field here. And I think
Monty in Saskatoon's watching. He says, where can I get a hat? Don't you love being a team broadcaster, Dave, where you're expected to answer every question from the fans?
I'm trying to remember the email address. I think it's shopgoelks.com. I think that's what it is. Or go to goelks.com. There should be a link to their online store.
There you go. I mean, it would be nice for all the Jersey cities and the ultimate fan zones to just get shipped hats. You could go down to your local merchandise store, but that's for people that make a lot more money than we do, David. Anything else on the CFL before I just ask you lastly on the Oilers?
No, I mean, I think it's positive to see, there's more hirings going on around the league. I know the Elks have hired back some staff, and that's good. I see the BC Lions have hired 2 new coaches today, so that's positive. The Argos are still signing everyone under the sun with Chris Edwards today, so that continues. I think we're just having positive momentum here, and I think, I was wondering if there was going to be where the interest level was going to be at for a season or a desire for one. I think we're really starting to see that there's still a strong appetite for this league. Now, as far as people going to games, we'll see how that works out. But, I think there's just so many positive signs. In a month ago or even 3 weeks ago, you were like, I don't know if we're going to get this off the ground. So good positive momentum, I think, and I think we're going to see it.
From viewer Caleb Hofer, he says, hey, Rod, I'm late again, but I did hit the like button. Thank you, Caleb. I appreciate it. Anybody watching on YouTube, hit the like button. Helps us out a lot. You talk about positivity on the CFL thing. A lot of positivity coming out of the Oilers in their year-end after being swept by the Winnipeg Jets. Just lip service, Dave, or do they feel that they are on the right track, truly?
I think as far as their mindset and their belief, they're on the right track. It does help to have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. That was, another tremendous season out of both, especially Connor McDavid. But there are holes in this lineup. There's not as many holes as, let's go back to a couple of years ago when Ken Hitchcock was the interim head coach, and they were probably 10, 12, 14 players away from being where they were at now. So now they're at this point. They're probably, 4 to 6 players away from really putting them over the top. But, you look at their roster this year, and their core players that really drove the bus here were McDavid, Draisaitl, Darnell Nurse, Tyson Barrie, and Mike Smith. Mike Smith is going to be back, it sounds like, but I can't imagine that Mikko Koskinen will be back, and I can't imagine they're going to go into the season thinking that Mike Smith can do what he did last year, next season, or this season, next season. Maybe he could, but I do think you want more insurance. I don't think it's Mikko Koskinen, to be honest with you. I don't know if he wants more than Oh boy, they got a lot of decisions to make. I think Derry, there's a good chance he'll leave. I can't even think of the number that you would give him at this point, especially when you have some good prospects on defense like Evan Bouchard that should play every day next season. Nurse is an unrestricted free agent. Adam Larson is an unrestricted free agent. I think those are two defensemen you want to sign. Up front, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. This is a tough one because he does so much for you as a hockey player. He penalty kills, he's on the power play, but his 5-on-5 year was not good. And you're playing, and he played with McDavid and Draisaitl for most and couldn't produce. Would you give him more than 5.5? I don't know. I don't think I would want to give him more than that. So you could maybe get two players for $5.5–6 million, but they need two left wingers. They need a top four defenseman. They need another winger. They need someone on their bottom six. You're not going to get it all in one offseason, but Ken Holland has something that he hasn't had a lot of during his time as general manager. That's cap space. There's $30 million plus available to him to go spend. So whether it's Tatar, whether that's Jaden Schwartz, Blake Coleman, Kyle Palmieri, throw in Taylor Hall, I guess, although, I don't know what's going to happen with him in Boston. On defense, there's options. Do you bring in a graybeard? Do you bring in someone like a Ryan Getzlaff, for example? Someone to help out with the they are in a good position, but now they need help to go over the top, or else we're going to be sitting here again next year talking about another first-round loss. I think they're good enough to get to the playoffs every year, but how do you win one round? How do you win two rounds? How do you get beyond that point? And I think that's the real question for the Oilers right now.
Jen from the Four Seasons says, don't even need to protect Koskinen in the expansion draft because no one will take him. LOL, says Jennifer. David, we're out of time. Great to see you. Thanks for the update. Can't wait to listen to you for real when you kick off this year.
Thanks, buddy. Good to see you again.
Thank you. David Campbell, color voice of the Edmonton Elks. Me and Moose and you the rest of the way. We'll be right back. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus Television across all 10 provinces and 31 states. Live TV network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk streaming at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Well, when I first started playing, the scholarship was so important to me. I was working 2 jobs. I was working at a gas station, and I used to actually line the field for the team to get paid just to make some extra money.
I think for me, the opportunities that the scholarships provide is very important, or very specifically the stress it alleviates for myself.
The Rams give me the opportunity to buy everything that I need to get the best grades that I can, and that'll lead to me getting hopefully the best job that I can in the future.
There wasn't a scholarship opportunity with the Rams. I know that life would have been a lot more difficult for myself. I'm not too sure exactly how much longer I would have been able to play beyond my first year.
With the opportunity that they provided for me to go through school with the financial support and with the opportunity to continue to play football, now that I look back on it, was the most important thing in my life.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Just ahead of a sports update, you've seen the ads, I would hope, throughout the program today for the University of Regina Rams 50-50. What's the jackpot up? It's over $17,000 now. The Regina Rams University U Sports football program. They are self-funded, and they are asking for your help, all within the rectangle here. You got to be 19 years of age or older and be a resident of Saskatchewan to purchase your 50-50 tickets, and we appreciate you helping them out. ReginaRams5050.com to get yours. The draw date is June 18th, and again, the jackpot now is at over $17,000. So we got some news today as we jump to the sports update, and it comes from the Canadian Football League. The BC Lions announced 2 additions to the coaching staff today. Offensive assistant Tristan Dice and defensive assistant Claudel Lewis. Dice is a Winnipeg product, enters the coaching ranks after attending the University of Manitoba from 2014 to 2019. Prior to his U Sports career, he was the PFC Rookie of the Year, helping the Regina Thunder to the 2013 Canadian Bowl Championship. And Claudel Lewis returns to the squad after playing the final 2 seasons of his career in orange and black. The Winnipeg Jets host the Montreal Canadiens tonight in Game 1 of the Scotia North Division Final. The third-place Jets swept Connor McDavid's second-place Oilers, while the fourth-place Habs shocked the number 1 Leafs in 7 Monday night. Also tonight, the Colorado Avalanche are hosting the Vegas Golden Knights with a 1-0 lead in their second-round series. That's an 8 p.m. face-off mountain. The Fraser Valley Bandits of the CEBL announced today that the club has signed Brandon Gilbeck for the upcoming Canadian Elite Basketball League season, a 7-foot center from Spring Green, Wisconsin. Gilbeck recently played for Latina Basket during the 2020-21 campaign in Italy's Series A2. Blue Jays rookie Alek Manoah preps to make his second career start today in Buffalo against the Miami Marlins after a sparkling Major League debut in which he allowed no runs on 2 hits over 6 innings in a 2-0 Jays win over the Yankees last Thursday. The 2019 first-round draft pick struck out 7 and walked just 2 in an 88-pitch outing. This sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number 1 source for Western Hockey League breaking news and analysis. Visit today at dubnetwork.ca. And for Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars, now with 8 amazing flavors, including the new almond mocha, RP Show viewers get 20% off when you use the promo code RP Show. Order yours now at g2gbars.ca. Okay. Moose, I've done a lot of talking. I'm dying under these lights.
I know. Home stretch.
Finish strong, Rod. Finish strong. Did the fan break?
I don't know. It's not good.
Like I've broken into a sweat.
Like, I know. And I can't get up because I'm stuck to the chair.
It's one of those.
Like, you peel my legs off the leather chair. Yeah. Sliding.
So many things I think. Yeah, it's not just because my Golden Knights are playing, because you're sweating too. What happened?
I know.
I'm checking the comments here. I think, what's the phrase about being in a glass case of emotion? That's the people of Winnipeg today. That's the sense that I'm getting. And there's nothing that you can say to them to calm them down, right? It's just go with it. But I think you got Game 1. Do we have the odds from Come On Canada, our official betting partner on Game 1? It wouldn't take long to look it up at comeon.com.
Yeah, I'll pull those up.
I never did find the preview here. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says, still no air conditioning? Well, we had it, and then it broke. How are you guys doing back here? Are you good? They're hot, too. Yeah, they're dying, too. Where's Paul when you need him? Those donuts are melting.
Yes.
Donna says the donuts are waiting. You can do it. Donna Berger. Pinkney says, are the donuts okay? Get the... Put down your phone. We got to get those donuts out of here.
Get them out of the sun.
Get them out of the sun, man.
Get them in the shade.
Okay, we had to save the donuts. Save the donuts, my God!
We did it.
Ryan Gregory on YouTube says, we'll get to that, Clark, one sec. He's looking up the odds. Ryan Gregory watching on YouTube says, are the Jets or Canadians winning the series? Sorry if you already said this. We said it way back in point 2 of the quick 6, but thanks for asking. We'll get to it again. I got Jets in 6. Moose DuPont has the Jets in 7. What are you thinking, Clark? Jets in 6. He's with me on that one. And while he's finding that,
the over-under with 2 of the best goaltenders in the world is 5.5.
I just guessed that.
Oh, wow.
5.5.
5.5. That's take the under. Take the under.
Ryan McCarthy in Saratoga, New York. Save the donuts! And they're not just any donuts, man. They're Hobo donuts. Unbelievable.
Giving the Jets a goal and a half.
Jets favorite. Come On's rarely wrong with their odds. You can place your wager right now at Come On Canada.
That's
you guys,
right.
You must have put up the graphic, did you? From Habs for Life. There we go. What do we got here? What do we got?
All right.
Vegas to win 4.6. Oh, is it?
That's for tonight's game. Yep. And I believe, got to check on the Winnipeg-Montreal. That might be for the series. So if you pick Montreal, you're in a pretty good spot. Win some pretty good money. How about that? Vegas, a real long shot. $10 to win 46 in game 2.
We'll take it. That's a good bet.
A really good bet. Really good.
How about that? Larry in Medicine Hat says, is it donut or donuts? That's funny. Is it elk or elks? You're going to be gone around 1 o'clock. That's what I know that's going to be. Or before. Let's take a break and come back for full-on viewer takeover. And I think we're going to do a face-off. If we're still alive, my God, I might grab the fan before the break's over.
Good idea.
You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds full-service car wash at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of fun. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Capital is Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalgmc.ca to see how we roll and to learn what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's exactly what you'll get when you choose Capital GMC. Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming at the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding area since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
And the whole gang. It's the segment that we like to call Overtime, by the way. And don't let it be said that producer Clark isn't a lifesaver, because in the break, he ran out and grabbed 2 fans, and I got one under the desk. It's on my donuts. And yours is, you got the whole body thing going on. And it saved me. Thank you, Clark. And I thought about diving into the donuts because somebody said, how have you guys not attacked those donuts yet? Well, for one, there's a whole crew of guys back here that can't get at them. And 2, these guys know I have a very strict no eating on air policy. Very strict. That goes back to my last job. We were doing a live show. What am I ranting about? It's maybe it's a rant. My last job, we were doing a show from a pizza place, and I had 3 ballers with me, 3 former pro football players. And Spiro comes out with a gigantic platter. Boys, eat. He's good. He's good. Bunk. With an hour to go on the show. 3 football players. What do you think happened? Thump. Ruined the show. You know, no. Even if you finished it, it's in your teeth and you're caught in your throat.
Yes.
No eating while we're on the air, period. That goes for everybody. Did we just face off about something?
Yeah. They dropped a puck. I wasn't even in the circle.
You weren't even. No, you're tossed out of the draw.
Yeah.
Can you people please tell us what you'd like us to face off about, Darren and I, for the Mad Greek Restaurant in the Ultimate Fan Zone? How do you spell donut, Clark? Is it D-O-N-O-T or D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T? It's a 5-letter word. It's a 5-letter word. Come on. Hobo Donuts. Like, nobody even... The other spelling, the longer spelling, I think it's too old school, right?
Old school.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's like World War II stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Just because that's the way it always was doesn't mean it needs to be the way it always is.
Yeah.
Where does that apply to? Just about everything else we talk about.
Being flexible, pivoting.
Yeah.
Right? Evolve or die, adapt or die. Anyways, that was a quick face-off. That's the fastest that we've ever done on how do you spell donut. D-O-N-U-T. End of story. I haven't seen it spelt the other way in 20 years.
Yeah, no, I haven't either. I mean, maybe. You kind of think dough, okay, D-O-U-G-H, but not for donut.
The Hey, Face Off, thank you, guys, is brought to you by the Ultimate Fan Zone, offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports: Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready, shipped right to your door. Shop online today at ultimatefanzone.ca. I got all these guys that are looking for Vegas Golden Knights gear. Trust me, because they're texting me. They're like, where's the Ultimate Fan Zone? Put it in your map app. It's not hard to find. MySask 4112, exactly. And brought to you by the Mad Greek in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan's destination for the most delicious Greek cuisine, ribs, pizzas, and more. Visit themadgreekeatery.com today. Janelle in Saskatoon says, what a mean boss. A, I'm not the boss. He is. B, what's wrong with a no eating while you're working policy? I don't see what's wrong with that. Yeah, I instituted the policy, but he's the boss. That did not, by the way, extend to the CFL Sim broadcast, though, last year, right?
No, it did not. The CFL Sim broadcast was kind of an anything goes. That was a, I don't know what we want to call that. That was fun. That was, exception to the rule.
From Jeff the Stamps fan, he says, Tim Hortons has soured Canadian culture on donuts. Maybe. But it's, to me, a little like pizza. It's all good. Some's just better than others. I'll eat Tim's donuts. I'll eat any donuts. But Hobo Donuts, I'm telling you, are in a league of their own. And I've been everywhere, man. Krispy Kreme. It's been so long since I've been in this. Dunkin' Donuts was my favorite until Hobo Donuts got off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I like me some Robbins. My grandma made the best.
And the box.
They're very similar. Well, they're like Krispy Kreme. They roll them off the assembly line.
Has 2 Homer donuts in it, just so you know. So you and I will be okay.
Oh, you liked it? That's your favorite?
Of course, it's everybody's favorite, isn't it? It's classic, the pink frosting.
Well, again, they're all good.
It's the best.
I saw a little bit of a update, or not an update. Tacona in Winnipeg's been asked 17 times our thoughts on Connor Hellebuck not being named a Vezina finalist. And what do you want us to say? He won it last year. He deserved it last year. Even if he was a nominee this year, he's not going to win it. Andrei Vasilevsky is. So take off your red, white, and blue goggles over there in Winnipeg. And by the way, he won the Vezina last year and didn't win a Stanley Cup. The Winnipeg Jets are in it. They got a chance to win the Stanley Cup. What are we sitting here talking about the Vezina for? They have a legit chance to beat the Montreal Canadiens and get to the Final Four in the National Hockey League. And we're worried about the Vezina? Who cares? And secondly, it is a democracy. It's a vote, by the way. So to sit and complain about Connor Hellebuck not being named a finalist for the Vezina is like complaining about Justin Trudeau being the prime minister. I don't like it either. But there's a vote.
Absolutely. Here's the thing. Both Connor Hellebuck and Carey Price did not have Vezina Trophy winning seasons. They didn't. But they are 2 of the, if not the best goaltenders still playing in the National Hockey League playoffs today. What would you rather have? They didn't have a season worthy of a Vezina, neither of them. But they're both playing at levels right now that make them the best in the world. I'd rather have this.
Got to get this in from Brady on the Prairie Mobile text line because we do call this the viewer takeover. Brady writing us at 306-840-8777. Prairie Mobile is your authorized SaskTel mobility dealer. He says, hey, Rod, whatever happens in this Jets-Habs series, I'm marking it off as a win for us Habs fans. I'm proud of the resilience, heart, and character it took to claw back down 3-1 and win the series against the Leafs. We'll talk about this more tomorrow. He says, go Habs, go. He says Habs in 6. That series win for Montreal just cinched Dominic Ducharme as they're coming back as the coach next year.
Absolutely.
So I hope they realize the job's not done. I'm getting a sense of, we beat the Leafs and that's our Stanley Cup. From a Winnipeg perspective, great. Keep thinking that. Tomorrow, this is going to be great. Andrew Hustler Patterson from Winnipeg Sports Talk. The Silver Fox, Kelly Rempel in studio. Follow him on Twitter, by the way. It's Silver Fox Talks. He's running an 80s hairband bracket right now on Twitter. And Mike Wilner, legendary Blue Jays announcer.
Great.
Thanks, Moose.
Thank you.
Let's go crush some donuts.
I'm in.
See you tomorrow at noon Eastern right here on Game Plus. Who has more fun than us?